Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media, and obviously the biggest talking point is the fact that it is 2025. A very happy new year wherever you are, and a big thank you from me for all the support that you've shown this video series and this channel. And obviously we're hoping that 2025 is going to be even bigger and even better. So yeah, let's get into the folder, shall we? We're going to start with this. So Logan's B, thank you. This is coming from Wrestling News Co. They're just saying that apparently Raw on Netflix won't be in 4K, which I thought was a real surprise. Apparently, a lot of the stuff they've been streaming has not been in 4K. They don't have the ability to do it, which I'm really shocked at. So I've got to think that's something that's going to improve and change, I would imagine, soon. I don't know if we were getting 4K on USA Network and on TNT Sport. I really don't know. What I do know is the picture is still going to look amazing. It's still going to be in HD, but apparently just not in 4K. Obviously, your TV probably can do some upscaling, so some of you might not notice. But yeah, I just thought this was quite surprising. I really would have thought that Netflix, of all people, would have been streaming in 4K, maybe even 8K. We've seen 8K cameras being used in WWE before, so yeah, don't know, surprising, but I don't think we'll notice a great difference. Then we've got this. Look, Cody Rhodes has revealed he's going to step away when he's 45. He has revealed that before, actually. Previously, he said he was going to step away when he was 40. But of course, he reached the mountaintop of WWE very late in his career. And so he's kind of pushed that back a little bit. So he said as soon as he gets to 45, he's done. He's 39 at the moment. So 5.5 years-ish we've got left of Cody, which is still plenty and plenty of time. But I think he just doesn't want to outstay his welcome. I think he wants to be there for his daughter and his family. And so I think he's setting that date. I think he will stick to it. He has said he'll come back and do the odd match and stuff when he has retired. He's going to stay in shape. But as for being a full-time wrestler, by the age of 45, he'll be done. Mark, shout out to you. Mattel, thank you. Netflix are going to drop a best of 2024 Raw special tomorrow. I don't think this is live. I think it's just a video thing. I was tempted to do a live stream, but again, I don't believe it's live. I think it's just like a compilation video. And so we won't do the stream for it. If it was live, I would be tempted to do it. But because it's going to go up and people will end up watching it at different times, it's probably not going to work very well. So yeah, Netflix are dropping this. Obviously, it's going to be a good look back for us fans that have watched all year. But for those that haven't, it's going to be a good way of getting caught up ready for next week's Raw. Here, Kian, thank you. So TNT Sports said end of an era. They thank WWE. They thank the WWE Universe, of course. TNT Sports here in the UK was the home for WWE. Not anymore. It's now on Netflix. The WWE Network is over. It has ended. And I think that's it. You know, we're just waiting now for those first shows to launch on Netflix. I think I read that this Friday's Smackdown is going to be on YouTube for us in the UK. Apparently, they want that Raw to be the big launch. So in the UK, Smackdown will be on YouTube, just like NXT was tonight or last night. So, yeah, we've just got to wait for that, really. But lots going on when it comes to the UK and where you go to watch WWE, but no longer is it on TNT Sports. Right, we got this, which is very interesting. So, Sam, thank you. 10 years ago, WWE posted an article on who the biggest names in the company would be in 2025. It's a real mixed bag. I think they were quite successful here and then not so successful here. So, they went Roman Reigns, which was quite obvious. Charlotte Flair, which was quite obvious. And both of those, no issue. Sami and Finn, Probably not that same level, of course, but if either or both were to win world titles in 2025, it wouldn't be a massive shock. I mean, Finn Balor is in a feud with Damian Priest. He's apparently in line for a big year. Sami Zayn won a mid-card title in 2024. He beat Gunther for the IC title. If he was now to take that next step and win the World Heavyweight Championship, you know, I mean, if Sami was to beat Gunther again for the second year running at WrestleMania, only this time to win the World Heavyweight Championship, I could see that. That would not be the biggest shock in the world to me. I could see that. Like, the story is right there. It's the rematch from last year with Gunther suffering an embarrassment on the biggest stage. He wants revenge, but Sami wants the World Heavyweight Championship. And if they're going to do Cena Cody, why not do Gunther Sami? So that's why I'm prepared to give them those. So Roman, Charlotte, Sami, Finn, lovely. Dean Ambrose, he would be, but obviously he's in a different promotion and he is a big star for them. So I'm not going to give it them, but they're just unfortunate with that one. Dolph Ziggler, what a fall. You know, he was a big star 10 years ago. He was in a great place, but yeah, it's just watching his stock get lower and lower was a real shock over the past 10 years. Luke Harper, just heartbreaking, you know. Would he have come back, actually? Because obviously Bray came back. So if Luke Harper was like under contract for, say, 6 months and then he was free, who knows if he could have come back and actually joined up with Bray before Bray passed away. I mean, I don't know when Luke Harper's contract would have expired. I don't know if he would have re-signed. But the fact that Vince was gone and Triple H was now booking, and Bray came back. Like, these are all things that may have resulted in Luke Harper going back to WWE, which is something I'd never really considered or thought about. But imagine if he had, and actually if he was still with us. Like, I wonder where he would be on the card. He'd probably be in the Wyatt 6 now, wouldn't he? He'd probably be in the Wyatt 6. Hideo Itami didn't work out. He's gone, obviously, Kenta back to Japan. Cesaro didn't work out. He couldn't grab that brass ring. I really like him. I don't know how he's doing in AEW right now, but didn't work out. And Baron Corbin, another one where it just did not work out. So a mixed bag there, I think we can agree. Right, Gabe, shout out to you. The Lone Coyote says, how about if The Miz turns on Karrion? And I am hearing quite a bit of this. The Miz seems to have found a bit of an edge again and seems to be standing up for himself a little bit more. Some people now are wondering, could we see The Miz turn on Karrion Kross? And it got me wondering, what if this was a trap and a plan by the Wyatt Six all along? What if they are always one step ahead? What if the fact that The Miz hit Rowan with a chair, what if that wasn't a betrayal? It was just part of the plan. And then The Miz rejoins Final Testament. He keeps saying, let's end this, let's end this. He keeps trying to end this. They won't let him end it. And, you know, what if it's now a case that he will turn on Karrion? He's going to try and bring them down from the insides. And actually, he's working with the Wyatt Six. This is why they let him go. And actually, when we thought that they had suffered an L, they hadn't. They were always one step ahead. I think that would be so good if that's where the story went. I would love that. Right, Brady, shout out to you. I'm watching this podcast and they said that there's no tickets, they just scan your face for entry. And Cody said the seats can hear your audio so they can tell who was the loudest. I did double check this and he did say that. I don't know how I feel about it, but apparently they said during his entrance when that whoa happens, right? They said they can, if they want to, identify the person in the crowd that was the loudest for the whoa because the seats can hear what you're saying and they can detect how loud you've been. And like, I don't know if it's like listening to every word you say. That kind of freaks me out. I mean, not that I ever say anything interesting, but I don't know how I feel about the seats flipping listening to what I'm saying, you know? But the fact they can detect who was the loudest via the seats is pretty bonkers, but it just shows you the kind of technology that's in the Intuit Dome in LA. So Brady, thank you. Wrestle features, shout out to you. So obviously Raw Vault, we saw that was trademarked. Didn't see that these ones were trademarked as well, but they must have been. And we've got an answer now. So NXT Vault, Raw Vault, Smackdown Vault, they're all coming to Netflix. These will have historic episodes and specific moments and matches. Don't know if it's going to have takeovers in NXT. But yeah, the old episodes will go into these folders, and these vaults are now where you're going to go to find that old content. That's the problem really in the UK, is that on Netflix you're going to be able to get the PLEs, you're going to be able to get Raw, you're going to be able to get NXT and SmackDown. All of that's amazing. Now we know you can get the old episodes. That's amazing. But equally, that's about it. Like, there are some old PLEs, but that's about it. All that amazing old footage, WCW, ECW, Primetime Wrestling, Superstars, all of that old footage, the territories, like a lot of those kind of shows, Total Divas and Legends of Wrestling and Camp WWE and all of this stuff, gone. Like, I don't think any of that is making its way to Netflix. So we've said it before and we'll say it again. Apparently Peacock in America has got a lot of that stuff available. So just do what I'm doing. And that is, I'm going to use a VPN. I'm going to sign up to Peacock in America. And I'm going to watch that kind of archive footage that way on Peacock, and hopefully then I won't be missing out on too much stuff. So yeah, just so that everyone is up to speed. I think this is excellent, right? I think this is so good. So Wrestle Night, thank you. Humble Wrestling, Fistful of Arrows. You might remember that CM Punk said about how Seth fired arrows in his back when he was here last time. And it was like, you should have been standing side by side with me. You should have been helping me, not firing arrows into my back. Well, I've pulled those arrows out. And look at this shirt. He has all those arrows that he's holding in his hand, a fist full of arrows. I don't remember ever knowing what this was a reference to. But how interesting that we've now had in this promo a glimpse as to how he was feeling and what he was thinking back in 2014 or 2013, 2014 with this shirt design. And, you know, he's got those arrows. Now, these won't just be arrows that Seth fired at him. These will be arrows that he will have felt a lot of people will have fired at him, like being stabbed in the back, basically shot in the back, right? And so that is seemingly what this is a reference to. So I love this. I think that's awesome. It's like a Easter egg from like 10, 11 years ago. Right, Sean Rossap said, talent we've spoken to are very happy there's no house shows until mid-March. Of course they flipping are. Of course they are. You haven't got to do any extra work apart from some of the press bits and tapings until mid-March. I bet they're doing flipping cartwheels. I was wondering, would they be quite as happy if WWE turned around and said that their wages were going to get reduced by 10 or 20% now that they have to do 10, 20% less work? Yeah, I just think it's kind of funny. I don't begrudge wrestlers getting paid a lot of money. I think they should. They're highly trained. But when you see the cost of tickets going up and the fans having to pay more and more and more, you know, that's where I struggle. You know, this kind of gloating that WWE do about how this was the highest grossing event ever. You know, at the end of the day, they're basically telling you that we got people to pay the highest ticket prices we've ever got people to pay. That's what they're bragging about. So I don't know. I hate all of that. Like, that's the side of wrestling that I think's like the dark side. But, you know, it is what it is. These companies obviously want to make money. The wrestlers want to make money. But yeah, the fact there's no house shows till mid-March is just bonkers, really. The fans missing out, you know, less chances to go and see the wrestlers. When you do like get the chance to go, it's going to be a TV taping. Ticket prices are going to be through the roof. So I don't know that this is a good thing. It's a good thing for the wrestlers, but is this a good thing for the fans? House price tickets were always a bit more affordable because they were not on TV. So I don't know. I don't feel brilliant about this news. So it is what it is. And here we go. This is what the WWE Network looks like right now. So WWE is now on Netflix. With Netflix, you'll be able to stream every premium live event and new episodes of Raw, Smackdown, and NXT. So you click on that button and it'll take you to Netflix. And that is what the network looks like now. Just this image of WrestleMania 40 in the background with this message in the foreground. And that is it. It just directs you to Netflix. So that was WWE. Let's go NXT Hour 1, shall we? So, Anthony, shout out to you, my friend. He said, shout out to the fans of Wrestling Days for putting some more eyes on this. We'll continue doing this in 2025. So, Anthony, shout out to you. I really love this. I think this is such a fun little idea. So, it's the Good Noodles. And you know what I love as well is that the NXT Superstars love it. So, you know, we've got all these stars for different achievements when people have been good to each other, or you got to win. And obviously, if you cheat, you lose some stars. And that's kind of how it works. But we've seen the superstars reaching out and like bragging about how many stars they've got. Or Izzi Dame was like thrilled she'd got her first star, but then she cheated or did something backstage, attacked someone, and then she lost that star. So, like, you know, I just love how the NXT superstars have interacted with this, and hopefully that continues in 2025. So, first match, we got Lola against Kelani. You lot weren't blown away with this. In fact, you weren't really blown away with anything on NXT tonight. I thought NXT was fine, but it just felt like a weird show tonight, probably because of the way I was watching it. I was watching it on YouTube, and there was no real commercial breaks. So I kept having to pause it because we were doing the watch along, and I was, you know, trying to stay in sync with America, because that's where most of our viewers are. And so it was just a real nightmare, really. So, yeah, Kelani picked up the win. This is how she got the pin. Afterwards, we had Cora Jade come down. She walloped Lola. She walloped Kelani. Stephanie came out trying to help and trying to neutralize Cora. Lola accidentally hit Stephanie. It was carnage. It was chaos. The end result is that Ava said there's going to be a fatal four-way next week. Is it a fatal four-way? Cora Jade, Kelani, Stephanie next week. I thought Lola was in it, actually. So I thought it was a fatal four-way, but it seems like it must be a triple threat. The winner will be the number one contender for the NXT Women's North American Championship. That coming from Fightful, so must be true. I honestly thought it was a fatal four-way, but with Lola in it, but must be a triple threat. So Cora, Kelani, Stephanie, winner gets a shot for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Then we had Ethan Page taking on Cedric Alexander, and Ethan Page picked up the win. He then got Cedric's hand, put it in the toolbox, slammed the toolbox shut on his hand. They're really trying to make Ethan a lot more vicious, aggressive, dangerous. Obviously, he brutalized Javon Evans. Now he's doing this to Cedric. I think this is good for his character. It gives him something, you know, to work with. We'll have to see how that plays out in 2025 as well. Then we had some announcements. So, Patrick, thank you. So, Stand and Deliver was the best PLE TV special. I think I voted Deadline, but I don't mind Stand and Deliver winning. I thought it was still a very good show. This as well was announced as Match of the Year, and I was really pleased that this won. Not what I voted for. I went for the Women's Iron Survivor, but I thought there was a few great options. You could have gone with this. You could have gone with the Women's Iron Survivor. You could have gone with Trick against Elia. So Oba Femi versus Josh Briggs versus Dijak, right? Match of the year, and here's Dijak. He said, I really can't put into words how much this means to me. Thank you to Oba, Josh, Matt, Sean, and Hornet. I don't even know who Hornet is, for helping me create something special. Stay tuned, because we're just getting started. Obviously, Dijak no longer with WWE, but I'm really pleased that he got that recognition. Here, look, feels like I've not seen Thea Hail wrestle in like 6 months. Is there any injury to be reported? PW Nexus just said it's creative. They're just creative. Don't seem to have much for her at the moment, seemingly. John said this bump was nasty, and it really was. Crashed and burned. Here's Shotzi, goes through. Her legs just get caught on the... I mean, she seems to have done all right there, but she just goes straight down. I mean, she's well short. I think, is this Katana? She seems well short. She seems to have gone through and just sort of flopped down. She was okay, though, right? But you can see Tatum racing round. But yeah, not a brilliant spot. Didn't go as planned. Fatal Influence got their revenge. So Lash and Jakara end up winning this women's triple threat tag match. There's Fatal Influence, big boot there. They've got up, planted. So Lash and Jakara picking up the win, and then these girls interrupted. So Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn want the women's tag titles again. Looks like more NXT involvement in the women's tag title scene, hopefully. So, this is interesting. They're going to have a match against Lash and Jakara as they continue to work their way towards the women's tag titles. I don't know if Lash and Jakara are going to get involved, and they're going to be involved with the women's tag titles. So obviously we don't have any women's tag titles in NXT, so this whole thing's a bit messy. Loads of teams getting involved here. It's hard to know exactly where it's going. This was the start. Look at this for a pose. People were very excited by this. Look at that, looks great. So that is something that Chemical X, they didn't use that name here, but we believe that to be their name. They are clearly working on some stuff as a faction. I think they look great as well. I think Shotzi and Gigi together makes so much sense. And actually Tatum really fits in as well. So, yeah, I really like them together. Let's go down. Okay, so Joe Hendry was given the award for Moment of the Year, which is pretty bonkers to me, to be honest. I would have, I voted for Trick Williams winning the NXT Championship. Like, people were going so crazy for that. The building was shaking, the camera was shaking. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like Joe Hendry has got, like, really fanatical fans. And part of me wonders if those fanatical fans maybe pushed him over the edge to get this Moment of the Year. Because this just seems kind of bonkers to me that this would win Moment of the Year over some of the other moments that we had. But he's undeniably popular. And people voted. So it is what it is. But this is also crazy. I don't get this either. So here he is saying, say my name, I can appear anywhere at any time. Then NXT ends, right? So NXT comes to an end and it goes to commercial. Now, we've been seeing this Raw commercial like every 5 minutes. But the fact that it followed what Joe Hendry just said, Fightful are saying that it's a tease. WWE just teased that Joe Hendry's going to appear on Raw debut. I don't think they did at all. I don't think this is a tease at all. I think we got Joe Hendry talking about winning his awards. And he says, don't forget, if you say my name, I can appear anywhere, anytime. And then we go to one of those Raw adverts. That's it. That have literally been popping up all the flipping time. You can't avoid them. So I personally don't feel like they were connected. I just feel like it was a coincidental thing. And I'm really shocked that Fightful have fallen for that. So I don't know. Perhaps you feel different. Perhaps you think that was a tease. So I included it just so I could share my thoughts on it. Right, Oba Femi won Male Superstar of the Year, right? Crazy. So they never actually announced who won on NXT. Oba Femi came out and interrupted, but they never said that he had won it. But here we go. Look, 2 hours ago on the official social media accounts, they have announced that Oba Femi has been voted Male Superstar of the Year. I'm happy for him. Again, I think it should have been Trick Williams. The dude won 2 NXT titles in a year and was involved in some big matches. His match with Ilya was up for match of the year. Like, honestly, amazing. He's had a great year, but so has Oba Femi. So I had Trick Williams winning with Oba Femi at number 2, but it seems like the NXT Universe feel like Oba Femi did enough to take this one. So I am quite surprised at it, though. So, Patrick, thank you. Lexis got screwed. He did get screwed. So they've took the cup off him because Ava said it's a grey area if the cup can change hands by DQ. Well, I mean, what I will say is they've made a rod for their back now, because whenever it ends in a DQ, everyone's going to say you took the cup off Lexis. So really what you're saying is it can't change hands by DQ. That's basically what you're saying, because you've took the cup away from Lexis now. So you've set a precedent. So in my mind, a DQ finish now means that the cup doesn't change hands, which I think is such a shame. I think it's such a shame because this is about prestige, right? It's about honor. So really, if you're going to do something that gets you disqualified, I feel like the cup should change hands. So I thought this was a real bad move. I don't know why they didn't just make him do the match next week and defend the cup next week. And that's it. Problem solved, isn't it? I don't know why they had to take it off him and give it back to Charlie Dempsey. So, yeah, I felt like he got screwed here as well, to be honest. But we are going to get the rematch next week. Right, yeah, I think everyone voted for these guys. Tag Team of the Year, Fraxium, Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Very much deserved. Sol Ruca accidentally took out Zarya, and that distraction kind of helped Izzi Dame pick up the win. So a big win, a good win there for Izzi Dame. Again, very unsurprising, Roxanne Perez, Female of the Year. Very much deserved, very much deserved. Nikkita Lyons, she got told by Ashante that he wasn't interested, and he got in touch with Carmen Petrovic. She was like, I thought you was a player. And he was like, I thought I was as well. So very interesting development in that story. Then we had our main event match, which was the 6-man tag match. And this was Hank and Tank with Andre Chase taking on Tyson, Tyreek, and Wesley. Andre Chase was doing really well, and then he was just about to start his Chase U chant, realized that Chase U was dead, and just walked off, just all dejected and sad. It's a pretty fun little moment, actually. And actually, he's took to social media here. How can I lead when I feel so lost? I'm running out of ways to apologize. And then it took us to our closing segment. So this is when Oba came down, spoke about how this award was just a popularity contest. We still didn't know who had won it at this point. Trick came out. I thought Trick did really well on the microphone. And basically, Eddie Thorpe comes out, attacks them both, and the show ends with him standing tall, holding up that championship. Triple threat match on the way for that NXT championship. And it is a flipping fatal 4-way. Oh my God! It is a fatal 4-way. I knew it. You should trust your gut, kids. In 2025, I'm going to trust my gut more. Triple threat. It's a fatal four-way, you boomers. You fightful boomers. So here, look, we've got Roxanne versus Julia for the NXT Women's Championship. Lexis King takes on Charlie Dempsey. It's sudden death as well, so first pinfall wins the match, right? Eddie Thorpe against Oba versus Trick. Next week's show, man. So obviously next week's Raw is monstrous because it's the first one on Netflix. The very next night, NXT is gonna bang, right? Then we've got Shotzi, Gigi, and Tatum. They're going to take on Fatal Influence. And then we've got Stephanie Vacour versus Cora Jade versus Lola Vice versus Kelani Jordon. Fatal four-way match. Number one contenders match. Winner gets a shot at Fallon Henley and the Women's North American Championship. So that was this week's NXT. Let's go. Happy New Year, shall we? So here is Michin. Edward, thank you. Michin, Mia Yim with Keith Lee. She says, stay safe tonight. Don't drink and drive. R-Truth said at 12 a.m., we all celebrate our independence. Yay! Love R-Truth. Retro, shout out to you. So here, apparently Undertaker is on the Kill Tony show, and I don't know what the Kill Tony show is, but it must be a big deal because it's got the Undertaker. This was pretty fun. So here we just had loads of NXT stars celebrating and drinking, and that was Ariana Grace. There was Ren Sinclair. There's Mike Rome. Let me show you Ren Sinclair again. There she is. There's Mike Rome, Jasmine Nix, Serena Linton. I don't know who that is. Who's Serena Linton? That was Brinley Reese. That was Jasmine Nix again. Ariana Grace, Dion Lennox. Actually don't know where they are, but looks like they're having like some sort of NXT New Year's Eve party. There's Tatum Paxley. So there we go. Pretty fun. So Ariana Grace said, watching NXT on the CW is the best way to bring in the new year. Get your champagne popping to the show. That is also my home, NXT. Happy New Year's, my little beauty queens. May your year ahead be as beautiful as me. I love you all so much. So Ariana Grace, amazing. Looking forward to whatever she's going to get up to in 2025. So Shaquem, thank you. HQ, shout out to you. So there's Asuka, chilling, 11:59. There she is at midnight. Oh my God, Happy New Year. Oh, amazing. 12:01, back to chilling. The Miz says 2024 was awesome. Have a happy and safe new year. So here he is, look. Just lots of different moments that he enjoyed, and quite a few superstars put out little videos like this where they're just kind of like photo collages of the year. So, yeah, just loads of fun Miz images. Seems like he really enjoyed himself at the golf. Lots of golf, lots of family images as well. So there we go. That was The Miz. Wrestle Night, thank you. EO Sky said 2024 was a great year with many of my dreams coming true. I will continue to fly even higher in 2025. Happy New Year. Bianca Belair said, what a year. Pushing forward to 2025. Thank you, 2024, for the lessons and the blessings. Here we go. Andrade said, Feliz año, mis mayores deseos para este 2025. Happy New Year, 2025. Julia said, Happy New Year. 2024 was a year full of changes, 2 moves between promotions, injuries, and relocating to the US. It was challenging, but every moment made me stronger. I'm thankful for the amazing rivals, challenges, and everything that I've learnt. So, yeah, a big year, wasn't it, for her last year? Kathy said, I'm putting revival vibes into the universe. So here's an image of her with Sasha Banks, right? Talking snack with Kathy Kelly remains on Peacock, hoping for a revival in 2025. So I just thought it was really interesting. So she is hoping for a revival for her Talking Snack show, but I wonder if she's hoping for a revival of this reunion here as well. You know, it's a very interesting image that they chose to go with, this cat-born person of all the superstars they could have chose. So yeah, Kathy Kelly hoping her Talking Snack show might return. Shawn Michaels said 2024 was a historic year. I'm tremendously proud of what the NXT Superstars and that incredible crew have accomplished. You always push the envelope. Tonight we're ringing in a new year by looking back and seeing who you, the NXT Universe, voted for. So he was just previewing tonight's NXT. But a few words there from Shawn. Kairi Sane said, thank you all for everything this year. I will come back stronger. Asuka actually got in touch as well to say, come over, let's get a strategy meeting going for how we can win championships again in 2025. Here, Nathan Frazier said 2024, it's been a year that neither of us could have predicted. Somehow we stumbled upon being one of, if not the best tag teams in the world right now. And through it all, we've legitimately become brothers. Brothers argue, brothers fight, but brothers always have each other's backs. Here's Triple H. He says, WWE lit the world on fire in 2024, and you ain't seen nothing yet. 2025, are you ready?
That is a wrap on 2024. We went all over the globe. We sold out. We set records. We lit the world on fire. But I can tell you this, Gen 6 is right around the corner. Netflix, and you ain't seen nothing yet. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Look at this. Big Bronson Reed, he said in 2023, he was edging. In 2024, he was stroking. And in 2025, he's busting on y'all. Not on me, he'll be busting on y'all. So, just so you know, yeah, 2025 is going to be horrific for a lot of you. So there we go. That was NXT WWE. Happy New Year. Let's go into the community folder. Hieronymus Drake said, it's only one in my collection, but it's that Stephanie McMahon figure. This is known as Party Steph because she is not wearing any underwear under that skirt. Naughty girl. Jay Suggs, shout out to you, just showing off his figure collection. We can see some of the legends that look at this, amazing stuff there. Love some of those Ultimate Warriors, love that British Bulldog as well, and Earthquake, Typhoon, the Natural Disasters, loving that. So Jay Suggs, thank you my friends. Princess Kutab Itch, Finn Balor, Alexa Bliss, I was on the very, very nice list, said Princess. Kapata getting a like from R-Truth. Raymond getting a like from Big Bronson Reed and some interaction with USA Network. Here's Edwards.
Happy New Year, wrestling days and the family. I'm on my 10th drink of the evening, not drunk yet, so Happy New Year. Happy New Year to the community. Love you all. Peace.
There we go. So, Edward, Happy New Year, buds. Angie said, here's some fun stories and images for the community folder. So, here we have got... So, looks like Angie went to a show in, like, 2005. She said she got to see the likes of Eddie and Ray. She was talking about how the ref said to Eddie about holding on to the tag rope. And so he undid it, put it on the rope, and then he could go really wherever he wanted. It's a fun Eddie spot. She actually saw him do that. She was saying as well that, like, In 2016, she saw like the Usos and Vaudevillains, Charlotte, Asuka, Natalia. Looks like she's had a really good time. I love this poster. This was the 2016 show that she was at. Look at this, WWE Live in Hawaii. Look at this with Bray and Roman, Kevin, Shinsuke, Asuka, Charlotte, Usos when they were Uso crazy. That looks like a really fun show. I mean, to go and see WWE, but also to be in Hawaii at the same time. Bonkers. So, went to Smackdown in 2022 as well. Saw Cody and Punk, which is amazing. And look, here's Angie, look, getting some pictures. Absolutely awesome. So met Stephen Amell and Kevin Nash as well. So yeah, Angie, these are brilliant. So thank you for sharing those. Really appreciate it. Here we've got HQ Last Kicker says Karrion liked my post. So there we go. Karrion with a like. This boomer dropping some likes as well. So HQ Last Kicker, shout out to you. Jim, am I going in the community folder, please? Listen, if you get a follow from the Jumping Bomb Angels, you are guaranteed to go into the community folder. So shout out to you, Jim. And Roland said I got this for my birthday, which was 5 days before Christmas, where I got my Fiend Funko Pop. So look at that. Really cool. Lovely item to have on the wall. And yeah, every Bray Wyatt collection should have like plaques and little bits and a Funko Pop. And so cool. So Roland, shout out to you, my friends. Right, let's go fun, shall we? So Cora Jade has got some new artwork on her hand, which is very cool. I like this. Seth, thank you. So someone reported Solo, right, for him pretending to be something he's not. And then they said, who is he impersonating? And they wrote the tribal chief. He's claiming to be the tribal chief, but he isn't really. That's Roman. So they actually reported him for pretending to be the tribal chief. That's great, man. That is so funny. Brown666, thank you, my friend. Look, an update. This footage coming from December 31st. The Penguin's back. Yes. We all saw what Nikki Cross did to that penguin, but there is Bailey bringing it back. Here, look, Finn Balor says, Happy New Judgment Day theme. Oh, he knows that people don't like it. He will have seen the reaction, and so he's doing a bit of trolling there. So, Princess Kutap Itch, thank you. Here was Drew. He just cut a bit of a promo saying that Netflix have had their first warning. He wasn't in their adverts, and so that's their first warning. But he expects to be featured a lot more prominently moving forwards. Looks like he cut this promo on that truck that's outside Raw. It's going to be outside Raw and outside the Intuit Dome on Monday. And so if you're going to that show, you can actually be on this truck, do an entrance, and have it all recorded and everything. Like, what a great moment to have it recorded on your phone and be able to show your friends and everything. I think that they should keep this. This truck should go around with Raw and kind of be part of the pre-show activities that fans can partake in, you know? I'd love to see them make it a bigger deal, a bigger event, you know, for if you're actually going. I think this is brilliant. I think it's awesome. I think this is awesome as well. A big congratulations to Bianca Belair. So, Johnny, thank you. I didn't even know she was pregnant, but she has given birth to a beautiful baby boy. Look. Like, I think someone said, can you show us the most random picture you've got in your phone? And she posted this. So I can only imagine that she's given birth to a beautiful baby boy. So, amazing. Nia Jax is absolutely wilding. What is going on at these house shows? Right, so here, look, you can see Meechin with a sign, Nia sucks. Right, so Edward, thank you. And this is what Nia said in response. I think Michin gave the sign back, right? Wow. So that was the fun folder. Let's go other, shall we? Just one thing in here. So Wrestle Night, thank you. A force, an iconic wrestler that brought so much joy to my dark side. I would get so giddy every time he was on. That is Vanessa Hudgens talking about Bray Wyatt. Love that. Love that. Right, let's go. Thanks. So, Emmanuel, thank you for the retweet, my friend. Lynette, really appreciate it, buds. Big Bam, thank you, my friend. Mackenzie, shout out to you. Appreciate it. Same with Sweet Chin Wrestling. Thank you, buds. Michael, thank you, my friend. King Yeet Newsletter, shout out to you. Thank you. Same to Billy as well. Really appreciate the support. I hope that Dakota Kai, Zelina Vega have really great 2025s. Metal Mama, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you. King Yeet Newsletter, sharing one of our previous videos as well. So appreciated. Shay, thank you, my friend. Raymond, appreciate the retweet, buds. Yeah, I meant to show this the other day, and I don't know how it got lost. But do you remember when the New Day said, who's going to be your partner, Ray? Is it going to be this kid wearing 12-inch high shoes? And they were talking about Zelina Vega. Well, Zelina went onto social media and she went, they're 6 inches. Not that you would know what that looks like, Kofi. I mean, if I'm Kofi, I'm like, you're right. I don't deal with things that small. I would have responded with something like that. Yeah. It's Kaz81. Thank you, my friend. Patrick, really appreciate it, buds. Wrestling's biggest fan. Thank you, my friend. CM Chunk, appreciate it. Del Boy, appreciate it. Babs the Barbarian, shout out to you. Wrestle Night, thank you, my friend. Hayden, thank you, buds. CM Chunk, really appreciate it. And the retweet. BreeTube10, thank you, my friend. And Hieronymus Drake, thank you for the support. The support that everyone shows is so overwhelming and so appreciated as well. I want to wish you all, once again, a very happy new year. I hope that 2025 brings you everything you're hoping for. And I will see you again tomorrow with another Unseen. Bye for now.